People are talking about it like Trump's about to break America and this is all because of Republicans. But Trump cannot be doing what he's doing without the work of Truman and Clinton, both Democrats. Even though one of the most important things Americans need to be learning in 2024 is Truman Doctrine. You very seldom hear the word Truman. How are we talking about so-called Israel this long without hearing the word Truman? Truman Doctrine is basically Project 2025 for the world, but Americans don't know about it because Truman Doctrine included creation of ethnocentric American. Creation of Americans that didn't know outside of your borders. All of these are really dehumanizing ways that liberals are interacting with non-Americans. All of these weaponization of identities. You've been recruited to uphold the colonial empire before you were even born. And the bad guy is your favorite president, Harry Truman. Very similar to what people accuse Trump supporters of doing with Trump. This is hidden in plain view. You can absolutely read about Truman Doctrine, but you wouldn't because of the branding of who Harry Truman is. Defining democracy as virtuous was so central to how Truman was trying to dominate the world that you can no longer find the correct definition of democracy written in English, even on the internet, even in scholarly resources, because we're now a few generations and people who were raised in that have become professors, right? I infamously had this public debate with this university professor at a famous university where he kept saying that the democratic societies are fair and just. And I kept asking, name a system in democracy that would bring virtue. You can try this yourself. Google the definition of democracy that actually names the system and the structure that brings virtue. I think you're going to come to the conclusion that democracy is only going to bring as much virtue as there is in a populace. Basically, my point is Democrats and Republicans are doing good cop, bad cop on you. They're working for the same goal, for extraction of you. I'm going to wrap up here because I don't think this post will do it well anyway because of that reaction Americans have to the name Truman. When that terrible movie in Oppenheimer came out, I didn't watch it, but I heard that the movie didn't portray Truman in a favorable way, and I was hoping it would at least open some conversation, but it didn't. Americans still act like I insult their God. And by the way, that is Truman Doctrine. The reason people are still acting like that is because Truman Doctrine is still alive and well.